Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your host, King Geo in the house. Well, everybody's talking about the big elephant not in the room, which is Donald Trump, right? About how he took out classified information, how he did this, how he did that. That's important that you gotta know, because that's a narcissist, and that's what he is. And you have to look at it from. I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk about really is about the 125,000 people, our brothers and sisters in Mississippi, who have no water. And we're in the year 2022, and do you know that the state of Mississippi is the poorest state in our nation? The poorest. But yet, and I don't want to throw this in the mix, but I am, it's a Republican-run state. And it's been run Republican since 20-some odd years now. And nothing has changed in the state of Mississippi. There's no justice for the black or Hispanics, but there's no justice for blacks. If you guys want to look up a good story, tell you that there's no justice in Mississippi, look at Andrea Braxton, our daughter, who was hit by a bus by a woman driver. Her name was Karen. This young girl was waiting. I mean, she just got off the bus and was at her driveway when this lady just came over. The bus stopped. The bus stopped here. She didn't want to stop. She went this way, and as she went this way, she went that way, ran over this young lady, this young girl, and took her life. I think she was 4 years old. And this girl never got justice. This woman, Karen, never got arrested. And nothing. But going back to the water situation. How can in 2022 a state be without water? Just the same way in Texas, when there was the electricity went out to the grid because they wanted to be greedy. And the grid is not mandated by any laws of Texas, because it's not like that in Texas, or at least for them. And then we see this. In Mississippi, when people don't have clean water. Clean water. Come on, guys. I mean, even if you're a Republican, you're supposed to have this state nice. You're supposed to keep. I mean, there have been industries that have left Mississippi for whatever X reasons. I don't live there, nor have I looked. But it's getting to be very tiring that we're supposed to be one of the richest countries in the world, and yet people have clean water. Right? Just saw the mayor of Mississippi, who said they invested over $8 million in a pipe. One pipe. What the hell is one pipe going to do? So, not only is it the injustice in Mississippi, it's the inequality that Mississippi has over other states. And being that this is a state where it's run by Republicans, like I said, and I will keep saying that, Republicans who don't care, all they care is about votes. If you're black, you're screwed in Mississippi. If you got no education and you're black in Mississippi, you're screwed. It's unfortunate. I mean, if you want to make it out of Mississippi, it's going to be kind of hard, because you don't have the tools to. So we have to look out for the people of Mississippi, our brothers and sisters in Mississippi, and let somehow legislation know that, hey, Mississippi does exist. Okay? And if you look at it, look at the news of all the injustices, of how our black brothers and sisters are get jailed in Mississippi, and they don't get the same justice as they do as white people. I don't want to turn this into a color thing, or I don't want to turn this into a political thing, but that's what it is. It's a political thing. Okay, you have a black mayor who I'm assuming he's a Democrat, but he's not getting any help from the Republican Party, from the Republican Senate. And it's a shame, because they're stealing the people's money. They're getting paid taxes, right? No government has done anything, not from Barack, Clinton, Bush, Trump, nor Biden. When have you seen Mississippi thrive? Look at Detroit. Detroit's another state, another city that's trash now. It's sad to say. It's sad to say. Back in the 70s and 80s, Detroit was murder capital of the world, and all kind of stuff. Then went good, and then the economy went bad, and the automobile industry went down, which of course Barack Obama pulled them out of it. All right, but yet we don't help out Mississippi. Why is that? We're supposed to be 50 states equally. You know, no matter who the president of the United States is, we're supposed to respect and say, you know what, at least they're trying. And then look at the president, guys. Look at the Senate. The Senate's the one that decides, not the president. The Senate is the one to decide what goes on what goes off. The president just signs up. The Senate's the one that decides in the House of Representatives. So if you're going to get mad at someone, get mad at the Senate. Get mad at those who you chose in office. The president just has the limited power. He has limited powers. But the Senate, Congress, has all the power in the world. No one sees that. Everyone sees just the president. All right? Just the president. And all of you who are crying about this damn education loan, all right, the forgiveness loan. Think about how many of your congressmen, how many of your Republican congressmen who are crying about this debt, where you yourself are crying, if you're a Republican or whatever you are, Democrat, and you're crying that President Biden authorized the student loan forgiveness. Remember this though much. Remember this much. A lot of you Republican senators, men and women, as well as Democrats, took out a PPP loan for their own companies, and they were forgiven. That comes out of your pocket. Think about that. Now let's fix Mississippi. Let's put Mississippi in pace with the rest of the country, man. And all those states are like Mississippi. Let's put them up to date. Stop this bullshit about going back and forth. That's why, because states are the way they are. Because we're Republican and Democrats, stop doing that. We're all supposed to be equal.